all faculty members from DME Media School and DME Management School, and my dear students. I am Manmeet Kaur, extending my warm welcome to the orientation session for the first year batch 2020 of DME Media School and DME Management School students. Delhi Metropolitan Education is one of the premier educational institute affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University and approved by Bar Council of India. DME Media School is the branch dealing with 3 years BA in Journalism and Mass Communication course, and DME Management School offering 3-year BBA course for the students. Today, we have amongst us Mr. Arijit Bhattacharya, an acclaimed entrepreneur, business expert, artist, author, and specialist as game programmer and government advisor. He is the founder and CEO of Virtual Infocom, India's one of the first game development and virtual reality app development company, and the company was founded in the year 1998. He has over 22 years of experience for providing assistance and help for startups, entrepreneurs, and government across the world to solve problems using entrepreneurship, technology, and innovation. He is an international public speaker and has also invited as keynote speaker, panelist, and jury member at multiple global events, which includes new technology development, future of business startup events, angel investment forums, and to name a few. He has been awarded as the top-rated global business leader, celebrated speaker, top influencer, blockchain specialist, and virtual reality specialist. He is the creator of more than 55 superheroes and 21 comic characters. He is also a TEDx speaker in various capacities. He has founded many portals related to virtual reality, gaming, animation, media, and entertainment sectors. Mr. Bhattacharya is also associated with various IT and non-IT projects. He has also contributed in the education sector by creating syllabus related to virtual reality and has been visiting the various international and national institutes as the visiting faculty. This is a very brief profile for our guest, and I request all the students and the participants who have joined this session do visit www.arijitbhattacharya.com. I'm also posting the link in the chat box. Now, not taking much time, I request Dr. Purva Ranjan, Head DME Management School and Head Mentoring Cell at DME, to please share her welcome address.
Respected Amrish sir and Bala ma'am, and heartiest welcome to all the students, and great to have Mr. Arijit in the session. Although Manmeet ma'am has spoken a lot about your profile, but what I researched and I found most interesting is that you have traveled across 34 countries. And that is the most inspiring point to me, because as a constant learner and as faculty member, I think we have the best exposure towards cross-cultural understanding of people by traveling. And by traveling, we get to learn a lot more than what is taught in the class, because there's a whole lot of world beyond the four walls of the classroom. So I welcome Mr. Arijit, and I am eager to listen to you for the insightful session, and also the fact that you are a serial entrepreneur. And in today's world, we need students who need entrepreneurial thinking, as well as an interest to start their own work and provide jobs to others, and not just be a job seeker but a job provider. So with that perspective, I am very happy that you spare time to be here, because your word of guidance and motivation is going to really help the media and management students, and who have just started their journey from their school and stepped into college. So you're the best person to guide them. Over to you, sir. Session is all yours.
Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. Just a small dot in the vast universe. I'm nothing, just trying to do something good. Well, because it's a student session, so usually if it's a physical meetup, I usually say that मेरे class में सिटी ताली सब कुछ चल सकता है. But here probably on an online session, mute would be the best possible way. But I would love to go for an interactive session rather than going for a non-interactive mode. So I'll give you a small background of my perspective, what's happening in the world, and probably what is there, what is coming up, and probably what are the kind of new technologies that is there. Not sure about how much inspired you all will be. You have internet as a source for your information. So for the students, whatever you are watching in internet, you have your Google Baba as your probably guidance. So when you look at Google, when you search anything in Google, you get
I am so
as
sorry to interrupt you, sir, but your voice is not audible. I suppose there is some, yeah, mic or audio issue
is it
at your
fine
end.
now?
It's very low, I suppose.
Give me a second. Is it fine now?
You were loud at the initial of the session, but now you are very, very, very slow.
Not sure. I've been.
Yes, sir. Yes, now it's good.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so when you search in Google, if you say, for an example, as a student, you're trying to get some kind of information from Google. How many of you do know that in Google you can maximum access is 30%? The rest of the data you want to fetch is 70% data, which is not accessible to any one of you. And that can only accessed by real life interaction and real time communication. When you talk about data, when you talk about accessing the world, probably I'll share my life story with you, and you can get an idea how things can happen. And then probably I can touch upon few bit about latest generation technology that is happening across world, and why Indians are trying to do good in probably trying to do a benchmark in the world, and what are the kind of education that is coming up, and what are the kind of disruption that is coming up in education world. Is it fine, Professor? Okay, okay, super. So when I started, I started with pure without internet world, when computers was like a luxury, and the year was 1996. I was reading in class 10 standard, and when I was in school, I used to thrown out of my history classes, because in history classes I used to create comics, and I used to be a third bencher. That was my patent bench, with four best friend of mine, and they used to be my, you can say, potential thought leaders, uh, friends who can practically tell me that this superhero is not going to work. This character is like okay type, this is not what I'm looking for. And with all those discussions, my history teacher used to tell me, get out and kneel down out of my class. So that's the usual feedback initially I used to get. Now, I was a science student, and in class 11 standard, I have an inclinedness about the chemistry laboratory. The only reason is I used to create colors in those chemistry lab. Even though there was syllabus, even though my teacher is telling me that, hey, you know what, you have to go with this kind of Bunsen burners, you have to mix this kind of elements. But after the class is over, I used to be the solo person in an empty chemistry lab doing all those kind of possible nonsense stuff that I can do. So I was actually creating colors from plastics, from flowers, from leaves, and I wanted to create an alternate source which can probably replace the chemical colors. Now I was the biggest failure, and again from chemistry labs I used to be thrown out. And my chemistry teacher told me that, you know what, Arijit, this is not your place. You do your work, and after the class is over, you're not entitled to stay in chemistry lab for 30 seconds. So what I did, my so I have a inclinedness about cooking. So I told my mom that, you know what, you give me your kitchen, and I'm going to cook something which is really tasty. So if you look at the previous generation gas burners, we used to have two different knob. So in the first knob, I used to cook either probably chicken or some veg or sometimes noodles. And the second one, I used to create those kind of nonsense colors. So that is probably the starting phase when I felt that maybe science can change the world. I can change the world. I will create something which is really, really amazing, and people will be after me with money so that I can create a company. The myth break in the year of 1998. After class 12th, I got a chance in engineering. I left that because I wanted to start my own venture. And when I started, I had a deep conversation with my father. And he asked me that, okay, fine, if you really want to do business, that is perfectly fine. I don't have any kind of issues. But you know what? You have to go through all the degrees and diplomas, whatever I'm looking for. And it was a conversation which started at 8:30 p.m. at night, went till 4 o'clock in the morning. And somehow I convinced him that, okay, fine, I'll get all the degrees that you look for, but I'm not going to go for any kind of engineering degree. That's wasting of my 4 years. Rather, I'll join economics and statistics and mathematics. That will probably give me some kind of idea about how to run business, how to make money, how to roll money. Um, Sorry, students, that was another myth. So when I joined that college with economics, I understood, oh my God, this is all theory. This is not the practical stuff. So what to do? Can I create something which is really practical? Can that be done? What is the way out? Somehow, by God grace, the supernatural power gave me a bit of gray matter in the brain. I started exploring the world which you call as computer world. There used to be a lot of cafes, like you can call them as a cyber cafe, and I used to explore new generation of computer language over there. Try to learn it by on my own, and then in 98, for next 6 months, it was all learning, all understanding how to create animated character and then convert them into probably into a programming channel and then probably make a very decent level of movement. It was all practice. It was all, you can say, trial and error, research and development, whatever I was doing in my childhood, all those superhero characters. I wanted to create something, some kind of amazing stuff for the world. And then I was touching upon few bit of people in the industry who can probably help me, probably guide me on creating such kind of animated characters into a gaming character. Uh, Market was not ready then, to be very specific, and I was looking for some opportunity out of India. I was looking for some opportunity within India. I was communicating with people, trying to understand whether there is a need or not, whether I can create some kind of ecosystem or not. And I used to be called as a crazy mad guy who don't have any kind of focus in life, who feel that he can probably disrupt the world. Time passed by. It was like 1999. I was just doing literally nothing but creating a small group of people who became my students. And they said, okay, fine, you can teach a little bit of decent. You're not teaching like normal teachers. Probably you're giving us some kind of guidance on programming. Probably you're giving us some kind of guidance on arts. We are ready to pay you. So they became my initial level of consumer. And I thought probably this is the best way. Let me create a team, and then after that, I'll go to the market. And because people used to tell me that you are crazy, you don't have any kind of dictionary language, I thought to create my own dictionary. So let me share my screen. Let me show you probably, is it visible? Just raise your hand. I'll know that it's visible. Super. Okay. So I have my own dictionary, which is probably again some crazy stuff. So I'm going to bore you for a couple of hours now. I'm going to bore you with few of the things which is probably disrupting the world and which is probably completely different whatever you have seen so far in the traditional animation or traditional gaming or traditional VR industry. But before I jump into it, the full meaning for my dictionary is beginning of pre-engineered entrepreneurship. But when I started, there was no such word called entrepreneurship. It was all business. As per my small understanding, if you really want to create something disruptive, market usually don't accept you in the initial level. When you join any kind of course, you feel that, okay, fine, this course is going to teach me whatever I want to do in my entire life. Trust me, you need to read a lot, you need to learn a lot, and you need to explore a lot. Whatever you are learning in your traditional syllabus is really good for making great marks. But if you really want to make a benchmark, you need to go beyond that. Now, when I tried to go beyond that, I started exploring a very dead language, which people say that nothing gonna happen with Sanskrit, nothing gonna happen with our old culture. Who cares about Indian culture? That's old one. And you Indians are usually with one snake, with a few bit of flutes, and that's how India is, with full of slum, full of poor people. That gave me a kind of challenge. India is not that. India got lot of different variety of mythology, rich in culture. So somehow world doesn't know it. So probably if I talk on a storytelling method, if I talk on a structure where probably people can understand, okay, fine, this thing can be done as well. The old myth can be converted into a realistic story as well. So here we got our first India's first RPG game, which we published in a PC platform long back in 2000-2001. The game was called Ashwathama the Immortal. I'm not sure whether you know the character. This is a character from Mahabharata. And why Ashwathama? According to the mythology, according to the legends, he is immortal, and there was a lot of myth about this character. Some people say that this is the real Yeti. Some people say that, yeah, Ashwathama actually, till date, he is alive, and probably he will come back. And some people say that, you know what, if you go to Ankarabhat temple, this is the gentleman who actually told the whole Mahabharata stories, and that's how you get all those kind of sculptures in that temple. Now, what we did, why we are different, what happened in that time. I personally digged into two different aspects of Indian mythology. One aspect was exploring, is it a real character? Well, yes. In Dehradun, if you explore, you can find a temple with his name. And till date, you will find there is a myth that till date people say that within that temple, there used to be a drop of milk. And each and every night, he comes and probably drink it, because Ashwatthama used to love milk like anything. We explored that this gentleman probably traveled towards Himalayas, and yes, and he crossed Himalayas, went towards few part of the Asia. Then I lost the track. It was really hard. It's not that easy. And yes, we started exploring Indian fighting style, which is Kalaripayattu. So when you look at this kind of game, when you look at this kind of structure, you need to understand two different things, or probably three different things. One, are you making a normal 3D character, or you are doing something different? And if you're doing something different, why people will play this game? What is the outcome of it? Who will be your potential customer? The third point, how will you make money? So the way we did it is completely different. The way we did it is we made the game on a PC platform, created a complete CD out of it, went towards the market, talked to the people, and told them that, you know what, you are probably doing CD piracy, but this is a new game in the market. I'm going to give you the full subscription for 50% profit ratio. Whatever sale you do, I need a 50% balance out of it. People love the game. It became real hit. And we understood that, okay, fine, we can remodify, remold all these characters, which is there as a mythology. So what we did, we started converting characters. So if you look at these people, I'll show them. These are all, maximum of them are all from real actor and actress. Real, I mean to say they exist in either in Tollywood or in Bollywood or in Hollywood. So this is a lady. I'm going to show you this one. She is right now a serial actress, and this is a gentleman from Russia who is practically a celebrity. But if you look at the characters, this is Mahishashur, this is Kumbhakarn, and these characters have got their own kind of name and meaning. The reason I'm showing you because I'm going to show you few bit of our works and why we are different, and then go back to the actual technology and probably share a few bit of other things. If you look at Indian mythology, this is how in old generation in southern part of India people used to dress up. And in our game we call them as AVC, and this is one character we call them as Urushiam. So when you look at this gaming series called Fight of the Legend, you will find all these people with real time, real life socio ecological culture. How? I'm not sure whether this is visible to you or not. If you look at these character, this is Priya. We converted her into this kind of character. Now this is Ina, converted her as a Devi, as one of the character in one of our fighting game in probably Bangla Dacoit. This is Shupio Mitra, who we converted them into a 3D character. So each and every character that you are watching on the screen are actually taken from real actor and actress. Now these people actually acted in this game. We did 3D 360-degree simulation. It was not easy. Trust me, it's not that easy. And we started creating Indianized comics for the Western world. If you look at these characters and the stylization, probably you can say that it doesn't look like the old dhoti kurta pajama type Indian character. No, it is not. We wanted to give a very different kind of look so that people connect and touch from the Western world. I'll tell you what happened after that. I'll show you a few of the shots, and then this is what happened during our journey. We had a discussion with Mr. Mukesh Khanna. He was probably India's first superhero. I'm not sure whether you have watched the TV series called Shaktiman or not. In my childhood days, I used to watch that. And I thought that why don't we convert Shaktiman as Shaktiman character in a 3D game? So I approached Mr. Khanna and he said that, okay, fine, I'll be more than happy to be a character into your game, but I became old. How will you convert me the way I used to look in that probably 20 years old TV serial? I became completely different. So it was really a hard challenge for us to convert him from old age to the way we made him. Now, these are all technical documentation. These are all, new technologies that we did. So I can show you multiple number of examples that we did so far in movie industry. So this is few of the characters from Calcutta, Tollywood movie industry. So this is Jeet, one of the superstar over here. This is Priyanka. I keep forgetting names, but if you are a media student, I think this slide will probably help you out. This is a breakdown of one of the character that we did for one movie. It's a crime thriller movie basically, and we converted characters like this. So this is the way we take picture of one actor or actress. For the sake of presentation, I'm not showing the total 360-degree picture, but when you have a 360-degree picture of any gentleman, we convert them into our patented technology, and then we convert that into 3D polygon, and then after that we do the sculpting and of course the colorization and the rigging, and then the coding happens. Few of the I'll skip few of the parts of it, but rather I'll show something which is really cool, which probably nobody is doing, and we are probably the first adapter of this technology. This is called cosplay. I'm sure that you have been to a lot of cosplay shows in probably Bangalore, in Delhi, in Mumbai, but this is what we do. Whatever superheroes we have created inside the game, we converted their dresses, their elements, their toys into real dress, real toy, and real elements. So what happens when you play the game, you have an opportunity to buy these dresses from real store, and that gives you an edge. That gives you an opportunity to interact with real world. And guess what? How we are doing it. We are not fashion designer. We are not a fashion designing company. So what we did, um, we connected a lot of villages who are, I'm really sorry, who are basically from very humble background, don't earn that much, don't have proper education, but they have skill set. They know how to do knitting. They have a basic level of understanding how to do handicrafts. Few people can do few bit of pickles. What we did, we went to these kind of villages. We had a deep discussion with the local woman group, and we said, you know what? We are going to teach you how to knit and how to do real fashionable dress. But these dresses are from our superhero characters. We are going to export all these dresses to few parts of the world. Wherever our players are, they have an option to buy these dresses, to buy these toys. And in return, whatever money we are generating, we'll be giving it to you for the development of your village. If you remember my life story, I wanted to make a disruption in the world. I wanted to make a little bit of change in our country. And I wanted to give some kind of comfort zone. And I felt that instead of giving a charity, if I can uplift these kind of people who are ready to learn and who are ready to earn, I think that's one of the best way. They will become self-sufficient. Guess what happened? Money wise, they used to earn less than $1 in a day, family income. Nowadays, they are earning approximate 30 to $35 per day as a family income just by working with us on cosplay and on creating stuffs like this. So, I forgot the year, honestly speaking. We floated India's first e-commerce portal called cosplayseller.com. Why first? Because nobody ever tried to do that, ever dare to do that. We became hit, we became successful. Although my market is not in India, I'm not going to get any kind of delivery in India. India is not ready yet for such kind of products. But if you look at the Korean market, if you look at the Chinese market, if you look at the Japanese market, Taiwan market, mainly in Asia, people are crazy about it. People usually go and buy. They love somehow our Indianized Western mode characters, and they love the storyline. And we didn't stop over there. What we did, we moved into real time fashion. So when we started that journey of cosplay, eventually from all these actor, actress, they started saying that why don't we move into the real time, real mode fashion community? That's bigger market. Could you please do something like this? We started hand holding with international partners. We started communicating with people who can actually help to make it as a sizable market instead of only a superhero costume. So the way all these dresses are done, it's pretty interesting. You can actually remove few part of these dress, it becomes a superhero costume. You add few part of within these days dresses, it becomes a fashionable garment. So in a way, you have a option to probably enjoy both part of it. If you want to become a superhero, remove some parts. If you really want to make it happen as a fashionable garment, you just add few element, it becomes a fashionable garment. I want to show you this slide. This is how I personally travel. This is how I personally talk to these very humble background people. They are they are really gem. Like I'm just nothing, to be very honest. They are gem. They understand things. They portray things and then they create it. And I love being with all these kind of guys. So thank you for the lovely introduction that you said that I traveled 34 countries. Actually, I traveled around 38. Probably I didn't updated that. Uh, the reason I actually travel is like business travels, of course, multiple times in multiple places. When you travel, when you mix with people, you get to know about their culture. I'm not sure how many of you really explored that opportunity. Um, if you look at Asia, if you look at probably the part of, say, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, that part, Philippines Island, if you look at their food culture, you will get to know a lot of things. Why they eat such kind of food, why they have a main course like that, what kind of fruits they have, what kind of gods they have, how they are impressed by Hinduism, Sindhuism, probably the culture of ours, why they have adopted such kind of colors. Now, when you go deep, you have a very basic level of market study. When you talk to the people who are from their universities, when you talk to their probably management level people, when you talk to their VCs, when you talk to their professors, you will understand that they have an inclinedness to do something which is really cool, which is market connected. And somehow they felt that this mad person can probably do something good. So they took me on board and say that, hey, you know what? You can probably change some of our syllabus, probably add some tweak into it, and we can do something great together. So what we did, why this slide? While creating the normal, usual VR game, I started converting their old syllabus into a new generation syllabus. What happened? Um, the latest generation coders, they started teaching in these colleges. The latest generation animators, they started giving lecture into these colleges, and these people started getting all these value addition. And while doing teaching, we started giving outsourcing work to their students as an intern. So it became an ecosystem, and it became so big that in Facebook we have got approximate, I think I forgot, probably 2.3 lakhs of students who are there in the group. Now it is a in an automated way, like it's a pure student-run body. They get their own work, they give their own work, they earn their own money, and I'm really honored and blessed that all these guys, they are practically giving back to the community, and that's the essence of it. When I travel to Europe, there are number of entrepreneurs who have earned good number of money. Trust me, great number of money. All of them wanted to give back, but they said that what is the way? We don't want to give our hard-earned money to some charitable organization. We want to make it as a sustainable model. So we started exploring all those kind of opportunities. If time permits, probably I'll take one example. Um, Long back in 2006, when I was mentoring in government of West Bengal, and that was a cluster development program for them. One lady came and she said that, sir, I am doing dry flowers. I don't know how to probably start a business. I'm an 8th standard pass out student. I don't have any kind of idea how to speak in English, but I'm on my own trying to run my own venture with my mom. I want to scale up. Could you please help me? Now, probably as a student, you feel that this is really easy, like selling dry flowers, making it, sustaining in a family. It's not. Trust me, it's not that easy. And it's not that it's a need. It's not that in your home you really, really need dry flowers. It's not a need. Now, it can be that, okay, fine, I need some decoration, I'm buying it. And if you are making it inside India, there is a challenge of quality. So I asked that lady that, could you please come out with one fashionable garment made with dry flower? And can you make an umbrella made with dry flowers? She said, yeah, I can do. So I gave her a month time. It was hard for her. Just imagine a lady without English power, without any technology. She don't know how to surf internet. She used to take help from probably some local shop owners. She just, out of courage, she just said yes to me, but she did it. So after 1.5 months, she was there in front of me with one umbrella. with one fashionable garment with all those dry flowers. It was a beautiful dress. And she said, "Now what? You asked me to do this, this is done." I said, "Hold on. Let me do something for you." So I had a chat with a few of the people from Greece who are actually buyers of umbrellas from India. I told them, "Hey guys, you know what? There is a lady, this is her product," and it was happening in front of her, okay, using a normal, usual call. And this is her product. And I think you're buying it for $8 from India. You can buy the same from her, but I'm going to give you a very different kind of business proposition. Whatever you're buying from her, you sell it with your own cost. We don't mind on that. But you ask your tourists to give it back to you with a 50% reduced cost. You resell it again and give 30% to this lady again. That gives you a different kind of business model. And of course, that clicked like anything. The lady right now is running approximate 300 plus employee strength company based out of Calcutta, and she's happy. So if you really want to do something, if you really want to disrupt the world, think on an innovative way. You don't have to reinvent the whole wheel. Okay, you can always start a new product, a new productization for the world. Now the screen that you're watching, all these VR games, people can say that we are making VR, we have some kind of mobile which we insert as a probably a small mobile inside a VR glass, and that's VR. I'm really sorry, that's not VR. So I'm into VR since 2006. I really feel pity when people say that in website they are giving VR experience. In website you are giving 360-degree experience, not VR. That's a website module that you're using. Okay. Now when you talk about VR, you have a headset or you have probably a glass like this, and it gives you an enhanced opportunity to interact with the objects inside 3D. That's called a VR. Until unless you are interacting, it can be a movie, doesn't matter. It can be a game, it can be an application, but it has to be an interactive mode. It has to be completely inside that system. Until unless it is there, it's very difficult. Because it's a presentation, I am not showing any kind of videos, but if you have inclinedness, it is there in the website. I'll share you the URL. You can cross check how VR works, how 3D works. Probably that will give you a different bit of understanding. Now, when you talk about Indianized character, I'm not sure whether you have heard about this young lady from Ramayana called Surpanakha. People used to call her as Demon Princess. I'm so sorry. People used to say that she was ugly and her nose was chopped by Lakshman. But I'm sorry, she was really beautiful. She was like beautiful like anything. So what we did as a concept, we converted that character with due respect to all those mythological character. The name is Surpanakha. The storyline is different, but we made her very beautiful. And of course, this game is coming up very soon. But the fun part is we are now connecting with tattoo designers as well. So not only dresses, if you look at the dress is there, but we are converting all these known tattoo designers in our network and asking them to create tattoos, especially for Supernaka game. So when it will be released with our marketing strategy, mainly in US, Europe, and Asia, all these tattoo designers will have a flexibility to have all these consumers, all these gamers who will come to them and ask them probably to go for a tattoo design. This is how you can probably create a market for the better world. So we jumped into the real movie industry as well. So let me go back to history. Let me tell you what happened to me when I tried to explore the movie industry. You saw that we converted 250 plus actor, actress. We converted people, they are celebrities. We took a lot of celebrities as a actor, actress. But when I tried to explore the movie industry, I forgot probably 2000, 2001. I was talking to a lot of directors trying to get a simple appointment of them trying to tell them, hey guys, we are there for virtual reality, we are there for VFX, we are there for gaming. Probably I was too early for the market. And they said, hey, Arijit, this is fine, but I think we're not ready. I think this is not the market that we're looking for. So when we made a little bit of money, we give them an opportunity to come to us and tell them, okay, you are popular probably in your local community. Probably you are a celebrity in Calcutta. Probably you are a great actor in Mumbai. But here is the global market. We have got 25 million user base, and we are going to make you popular worldwide, not only inside one city or one country. And it's a shock for them. They said, "Oh my God, who is this guy? He's saying that I am a celebrity and he is going to make me more popular." Not going to happen. But somehow, when there is a will, there is a way. People started believing us. We started taking a lot of people on board. For an example, Urvashi, Sunny Leone, lot of those actor and actress. Like they started getting results, and they practically became popular in the gaming world. And of course, their fan base increased like anything. So that's one of the slide I thought that probably will be sharing. We co-invested into seven different movies till date, which is pretty old. I think we did that. Last one we did probably in 2017, as per my memory goes. So when you do some good works, you get some kind of press releases. People usually have inclinedness to do your news. So yes, that happened. Keep happening. Um, so these are the few of the companies that I run, co-invested, created platforms. Virtual Infocom, of course, the mother company, which is mainly into technology, high-tech technologies, mainly into gaming, animation, VR, AR, blockchain, IoT. Second Life Tech mainly works on virtual reality solutions on health tech. For an example, if on a real-time basis, if a doctor can, if a doctor wish to do a pre-surgery of a patient, Second Life Tech gives technology wherein you can do a pre-surgery before you do the actual surgery. It's not science fiction; it's happening. Animation Reviews is a platform wherein we usually write any kind of animated movie that is coming up in the market. We tie up with them, we create a press release for them, and of course, they get a cross vice versa um, popularity. Cybersecurity is basically a byproduct. We have been hacked while there was an India Pakistan cricket match happening, because one of our very popular game was there in the market, and somehow those people thought that probably they can hack our website and do something nonsense. So I started exploring that market, and somehow we started exploring the cybersecurity market. We started creating our own product, which can protect your data and which can protect your structure. And that's how cybersecurity gig took birth. Right now, we are a white label partner of a lot of MNCs, giving them security solutions. Probably, if you are using few of the Android phones, you are actually using our product. Um, Now, World Leader Summit that we did, this is the logo. World Leader Summit was actually a 120 global speakers, 90 plus countries event, and that became a platform. And I'm really blessed that in first year we got mind-blowing response from people, and we created the platform continuing the same. Of course, we got a lot of people from Parliament who are right now supporting us. Probably I can talk later on if required. That is there in the social media. You can cross check and explore. My Films is a latest generation technology filmmaking company. So we don't produce movies, rather we create solutions for movies. For an example, if you really want to do probably a long shot using a drone, or probably you want to do underwater shots, we are there for any kind of technology solution that you need. We create plugins for your software. Probably if you're using, maybe if you're using some kind of third party software, we are there to create a solution for you, optimize your rendering, optimizing probably your workload, such kind of stuff. Anim Gaming is a platform wherein If you are an indie developer, if you are an indie game developer or indie filmmaker, you can upload your documentation, your creation over there. We find a publisher for you, sell it for you, and of course, take a decent amount of percentage from there. Money making is good. Glam World Face is a platform basically for actor, actress, model, photographer, designers. You come, you register over here. We have a large pool of work. We outsource the work, and we usually go on a decent 2 years um, contract with you. So I can go on, like these are all great stuff. So Avelu Global is a investment banking company based out of Australia, started by me and two of my partners. We raise fund for startups, we raise fund for SMEs and corporates. Entrepreneur Phase, that's a platform basically based out of India. 6 years back, we started that. It's working in the same domain, collaborated with multiple number of legends, giants, the world, of course, raise money. I think I'm taking a lot of time. There are chat coming up. Let me, okay, no, this is attendance one. Okay. Let me end my slideshow. Before I end, these are my contact. If you really wish, you can take a snapshot. Pretty active in social media. You can probably connect with me. And yes, I always say that entrepreneurship is basically riding tiger. When you're riding it, you just can't stop. You need to keep riding it, and you need to feed it. And when you feed it, you need meat. And that meat is your money. And if you don't earn it, it's going to kill you. And if you overfeed it, it will become fat. It can't run. So it's an art and a science combination. And if you remember, I was talking about mad and madness. Mad for me, moderate, accurate, and determined. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Undoubtedly, an attention grabbing lecture, interesting lecture. You have motivated students as far as the reality or the present scenario is concerned regarding the virtual reality, gaming, animation, and all. Thank you so much. Now, I request Professor Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean DME Media School and Director of Studios and Production at DME, to please address the gathering and also uh, deliver the vote of thanks for the guest of the session. Thank you
Before we
so much.
do that, ma'am, can I add few bit of things?
Yes, sir, please.
Thank you. I'm sure that probably I'm addressing media students and management students, and you have a legal department as well. So in today's world, see, I was actually doing my marketing. I'm not giving any kind of motivational speech, to be very honest. Okay, I was sharing what all we are doing. Now, if you really want to build your career in today's world, Patent Act, registering your probably your creation, protecting your data, protecting your own creation is really important. And if you are a media student, you feel that I have some movie idea, probably I have created some kind of creation, I don't know how to protect it. I would love to give all of you guys simple tips which I have learned so far from the market. Please remember, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just trying to help you guys, whatever I have learned so far. I have my legal team who are actually taking care of stuff. So if you have a code, or probably if you have some amount of creation, maybe a character, it can be some kind of unique stuff that you have done so far, take a printout and then go to the normal post office, not a courier service, and ask the postmaster to give a stamp on the particular paper, and then post it probably to your one of your friend's house. It can be your friend, it can be your probably some different place, but it has to travel for minimum 8 working days, and that's the reason you go for post office. Okay, and then you ask that gentleman to repost it to your house, and then it will travel back again 8 days or probably 7 to 8 days. And with those steps, it gives you a basic protection. The reason I'm sharing you this, in today's world, law, marketing, technology, everything is becoming same. I would love to share you one story which is coming up. Probably you will see that in future. Trust me, I don't talk science fiction. I execute it. You see my glass, right? This is a normal glass. In future, all these glasses will be converted as an augmented reality glass. You just need to put a simple chip over here. Okay, this glass will convert as a AR glass. And in AR, it can actually detect your health. It can actually understand whether you are hungry or not. That's called AI. AI is not taking data from database. AI is basically a machine which is intelligent enough to understand your sequence from probably some global database, doesn't matter. Now, this AR glass understands your health and it understands whether you are hungry or not. Say, for an example, 2 o'clock, you usually have your food. And at that particular moment, you're driving a car and your both the hands are on the steering. Okay. And the glass knows that you are hungry and you need some amount of paneer tikka. So the glass will ask you, are you hungry? And you say yes. And it will ask you that, shall I order your favorite paneer tikka in nearby store? You blink your eyes, it means yes, or you say yes on your voice, and the order is done. So when you are there on that particular restaurant, you can have an option to eat on the spot or probably take it, right? So what happened? You didn't pay anything, right? What happened to the payment mechanism? You didn't swipe your card. What happened in the back end? So in technology, there is a new technology that is coming up, which is more enhanced than blockchain. It is directly connected with your banking system. Your retina is already scanned with this glass. So authentication is done. And in your banking system, the payment gateway gives payment to that particular restaurant. When you are there, your payment is already done. And after you have the food, there is a mechanism whether you are satisfied or not. So it depends on your flesh and your eyes and your smile. Depending on that, the rating system will go from your air glass to the centralized database system. And if you're not satisfied, it will give a response to the restaurant that, hey, my customer is not totally happy. I think you should enhance your food quality. And that particular system will again go back to the food inspector if there is any kind of glitch that's happening. That's coming, my guys, you know. So if you're a student, if you feel things are there in Google and you can find it, you're wrong. There are certain things which is there in the industry. You really need to connect, enhance, understand, talk to your teachers, understand what is going on. These things are called knowledge and wisdom. Whatever you're actually getting information. Try to extract knowledge and wisdom. It's not easy for a student to go towards wisdom, but probably knowledge level at least. I know that it's really, sounds funny as a student. You feel that, oh my God, I know everything. I have the power of a smartphone and I can search, I can learn, I can understand. With all due respect, with all due respect, AI and smartphone is created by human being. There are multiple number of glitch. Try to get it from real human. I'm sorry for an interruption, but I thought that probably I should give this message to the youngsters. I'm really sorry if I interrupted in between the.
No, no, sir, nothing like that. But there is one question. It is my personal question that how can we save ourselves from that level of artificial intelligence?
You want to save,
If it is so,
but
if
why you want to save yourself?
no, no, that's what I'm asking. Maybe there is a little bit of confusion in my mind. That is it dangerous or is it really a technological advancement? What if the person is not that much technologically advanced or he or she is not able to use the technology in a very wise manner, that might be a kind of unsafe environment with those artificial intelligence glasses. This is my question, and this is just a vague idea. Maybe
No, no,
शायद
no.
जब पहनूंगी artificial intelligence वाले glasses, that then I will come to know that it may be a advanced stage of technology.
No, no, it's nothing like that. To be very honest, when I don't want to do this, but the fact is, if you're not even online, if you're using a smartphone, even though the data is going on, okay, so you just can't hide from the latest generation technology. Very difficult. Number one. Number two, we as Sindhu people, I don't call it as any kind of regional stuff. We as Sindhu people, we used to use the biggest technology, and probably we started forgetting that. Um, don't you feel in those so-called old times, we used to have test tube babies? We used to have technology where we never ever used to use any kind of external elements for any kind of medical treatment. It used to happen from neuron to neuron. It used to happen using your own hands. And that's what I call technology. I don't call technology as a gadget. Gadget is a byproduct. Now, coming back to your question, can you really safeguard yourself? 100% you can safeguard yourself. Now, there are certain things which probably you can control. For an example, forget that AR glass, forget that AI glass. Let's come back to our normal smartphone. Usually, maximum of us turn on our Wi-Fi. Don't turn it off, okay, in a public place. That's risky. Number two, we usually turn on our location unknowingly. We don't know how to control that. If you're doing that, of course, anybody can track you. There is a security problem that may happen. Now, when you are using your email, usually we don't see from which mail ID I'm getting that mail. We don't cross check that URL. Before you send any kind of reply to any of the unknown email which is coming into your mailbox, may not be in a spam box, may not be in a promotion box, maybe in a normal box. Cross check the domain from maybe some other number. So there are certain number of security things which probably we can follow, which can protect us. Not only that, talking about passwords, how many of us use great combination of passwords? You know, like probably 16 different characters with a combination of alphanumeric numbers. It's pretty easy to use. Probably you can replace your T with plus. We don't do that. Probably you can use 0 with O. We don't do that. Probably you can convert that A with at the rate. We don't do that. These are very simple, basic measures. These are pretty basic. Nothing to fear, ma'am. I mean, if you really don't want to use that AR glass, that's perfectly fine. But the situation will be such you have to use that. There is no other alternative way. It actually saves life. You're not taking any kind of call while you're driving. Okay? You're not using any Bluetooth device. You're just talking with using your hands on the steering. So less chance of probably accident. Is it a satisfactory answer?
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Uh, okay, so Mr. Arijit, I mean, there's no question as such, but I want to request you to at least, because the session was obviously very informative and very foresightful. But then, since this whole session is being attended by the students who have just joined journalism and mass communication course and the media, this management course. So, what will you give them any piece of advice? What all they should keep in mind while they will be studying for the next 3 years in media, in management? If you can precisely tell them something.
Okay, so for journalism students, try to explore deepfake. That's gonna be rocking like anything. Deepfake, I don't know whether you know it or not. Try to Google it, and then probably if time permits, I'll probably come again, try to give you some insights. For journalism, try to understand SEO perspective. Try to understand how to write content from the SEO perspective. It's not the writing that you need to do. You need to write on particularly how to optimize the website. The next generation technology that is coming up is called voice tagging. If you are a journalist, try to learn and understand what is voice tagging. Okay, I'll try to make it simple for all of you. Say, say for an example, I'm doing a YouTube video live, and I'm saying that the red colored scarf, I really loved it. And in Noida, I can see probably there are multiple stores who can offer me such kind of red scarf, and it's priced really, really low. The voice tagging system works on red scarf. It picks up that particular data. Now, whenever you are delivering any kind of lecture, any kind of talk, as a journalist, please try to understand what are the keywords. Try to grab that, get that. In future, if you are trying to do something on media and entertainment, uh, it's totally combination with your editing software. I'm not sure which editing software you're going to use, but of course there are Black Witch, which is going to rock in near future. That's one example I can give you. Avid Studio, of course, is one of the best. Probably you can use that. Um, there are certain amount of VFX software which I feel you should explore, and the best possible way to do editing is get a camera, get a normal, very simple DSLR in your hand. Try to do shooting. Try to probably work on few bit of colors, few bit of objects. Work on lights. See, uh, if you really want great job, or probably if you want to start your own venture, you need to be unique enough. Now, to become unique, there is certain little small process. Either you become a great sculpting artist, or probably you become a great photographer. Both got different demands. Don't try to do everything in life initially. Try to become master of a certain thing and then probably explore the second one. Now, kindly don't ask anyone that which one is better. Sculpting artist is better or photographer is better. Now, I will ask you very silly question. Biryani is better or fried rice is better? It depends on the taste. If you feel you are an artist, you are good in art, I can probably share you a couple of more things. You got amazing power, student community. And if you feel that you are an artist, create a very simple website. Try to ask people, probably from your community, to create more and more arts which can probably be printed on dresses, maybe mugs, maybe gift items. Don't try to create an art just for the sake of art. With due respect to all the artists, even I'm an artist by heart, and till date I draw. Okay, but if you want to sell your art, for an example, a oil painting, that will take a lot of time. Instead of that, create a design which can be printed into maybe a t-shirt, maybe a graffiti. It can be on mug. That sells better. Okay, and I'm sorry, अम्बरीश जी, आपने कुछ और भी आपका वो बताया था,
Management के लिए I said that, I
management.
mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Now for management, it's gonna be really tough, to be very honest. It's not that smooth thing that you're going to face. For marketing, you need to understand the technology as well as people mindset. I can give you a small tip. Try to learn neuromarketing. That's one of the finest way probably you can grab people mind. And read a lot about which country, which location, which people, what they want, what kind of colors they wish for, what is your customer, and who is going to be your probably targeted consumer. Okay, live example. If I really want to sell my cosplay items, my customers are not kids, my customers are parents. Okay, for an example. Now, if you have something cool which you want to offer, for an example, you say that, sir, I am very good in social media marketing, I can do amazing stuff. Now, here is the tips for you. I'm sure you are using your Facebook, I'm sure you are using your Twitter, I'm sure you are using your Instagram. Instagram is more popular in young kids. I'm sure you have got thousands of followers. But when you try to join a company, at least we will cross check your social media handles. What kind of post you have done so far in last 1 year? What kind of engagement levels that you have so far? So try to be very, very specific about your post. Each and every week, try to write something which is meaningful, post it in your social media channel. I'm not sure how many of you are using LinkedIn as your career path. That's one of the best way. Instead of Instagram, go for LinkedIn. Create a proper
No,
profile.
no, I mean, I can tell you this, we have made this mandatory for all our students to have the LinkedIn account.
Super, super. and try to comment, try to at least get in touch with your desired industry people. Sometimes they don't accept your request because LinkedIn is not like Facebook. It's not a friend request kind of stuff. When you send a request to anyone, give a note why you want to connect that gentleman or the woman. Try to go for keyword specific search in LinkedIn and join different groups and pages. Write your comments. For management guys, this is really, really important. When you probably, when, say for example, if I want to hire some social media manager, he or she don't have at least 10,000 LinkedIn connection, which is meaningful, it's no point for me to hire that gentleman. I mean, it's just no point if they are using it just for fun. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. These are the four channels that probably you know. Try to explore VK. Try to explore Twitch. Twitch is another great platform. If you are probably really want to explore the marketing world with a little bit of fun, I think Twitch is one of the best way. VK is more popular in Russian segment, but it is more popular in Baltic belt as well. Now, what happens when you connect that VK with your LinkedIn profile? It gives you another level of enhancement. It's applicable for anyone, like management students, probably media students, everyone, journalists, everyone. And I'll highly recommend for your students, maybe if they are first year students, create small groups, maybe 5 people group, maybe 6 people group. Okay, come up with your own idea, maybe a content, maybe a drawing. Okay, and do hackathon inside the college, right? Forget about the prize money, forget about what you're getting, but create a great community. And those communities can become really big in social media. When you have a big community, people usually listen to you.
Right. So it was really, I mean, very insightful session, and a bit unconventional, which in fact I was looking for, because ultimately students are always in a conventional mode. Though this corona has changed a lot as far as the delivery is concerned, but normally when we talk about the classroom teaching, and the same classroom teaching has been converted to online teaching, but teachers are teachers, so they teach in their own way. But then I always wished that when the students are entering into this whole professional course for 3 years, this bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication and management studies, they need to be told the importance of certain such things, which are always useful, whether we talk about the entrepreneurship, whether we talk about the innovation, whether we talk about something which is futuristic and which is technology, because media is nothing else but all about technology. All advancement in media has happened as the technological advancement have been happening, and not only in the recent past, but it has been happening for the last 300 years, since the time the advent of print media happened. It was all because of the printing technology that was available at a particular point of time. Accordingly, the publications and their format and their shape and everything decided. So we are living in a technological age. So obviously, anybody who is joining any such bachelor's degree must be well versed as to where the technology is and how the technology is to be used for their own betterment and for the betterment of the society. So I'm really thankful to Arijit Bhattacharya to spare time and to do this all for our students. Over to you, Manmeet.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Bhattacharya ji. Thank you so much. I request Professor Dr. Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School, to please share few words.
Thank you, Manmeet. It was indeed an interesting and wonderful session. It was very informative, very useful on diverse subjects. Combination of innovation, animation, colors, and various aspects relevant for students, media students, and as well management students. I am sure students would have benefited a lot, but this inspiring lecture. I express my gratitude to Mr. Arijit Bhattacharya for igniting young minds. Thank you. I thanks all my faculty members and students for making this session a success. Thank you to all of you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So this is all for today's orientation session by the keynote speaker, Mr. Arijit Bhattacharya ji. So I request all the students and the faculty members of DME Media School to please stay tuned in this Zoom room only. And we will be starting with the introduction of faculty as well as the PL session within 5 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arjit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. See you soon. Stay
Thank
safe.
you. Yeah.